With this interview, I had the opportunity to speak with Alana Coleman. A native of Fairfield, Texas, Alana is a TJC and UT Tyler alumni with an associate's and bachelor's in fine arts. A true Renaissance woman, she is an up-and-coming fashion designer right here in Tyler with designs in shoes, bow ties, dresses, and even upholstery. When asked, where does her love of fashion come from, she recalls to an earlier time.
When I grew up, I wasn't that much of a dresser. You know, I dressed in Hollister, Abercrombie & Fitch, that type, but not until I started working at Macy's when I came down here, which was probably like in 2008-ish. You know, being around clothes 24/7, you start to see things, and I was like, okay, I gotta step up my game, you know, gotta put my game face on. So that's kind of how it started, working in retail.
What do you feel inspires you? What inspires your choices in design and what you do?
Inspiration, it comes, and inspiration comes without warning. That's a quote by Gabriel Marquez. But it's like the things that I see around me, and for instance, one day I seen a pigeon just crossing. A bow tie. Why not? Let's make a pigeon bow tie.
Really?
Or whatever I can find, you know, some feathers or something. So the things that I see around me, society life, so everyday life, that's my inspiration.
When designing, do you take into consideration current fashion trends?
I do, and I don't.
Okay, elaborate,
you know,
please.
The reason why I say this is because I see everything that's in the fashion world, that's in New York, that's in LA, all these fun, fancy things. But then again, I look back and I'm like, okay, but what's true to you? You know, I like what I like, and I know what they like, and so I try to kind of incorporate both of two worlds. So I really can't say that I just base everything off of what's new. I kind of just go with the flow on making things. If it turns out looking like this, that's pretty much how it's gonna be.
What do you feel dictates current fashion trends?
Good question. I would say, again, what goes on in the world. Like when there's some chaos going over there, people look at that and they get their ideas from that. You know, hip hop was actually formed and formulated out of seeing people in the ghetto, the hood, all that, the poverty, that type of lifestyle, and they start feeding on that. So it's things that are around the world that people see, and that's how they begin to grab hold to that and create from that idea. So anything around music,
which I think plays a big part.
It does.
Music
It
plays a big
does.
part in how you dress.
It really does. So, and you can even see the rhythm and the vibrations of how the music goes, and kind of that's how the dress turns out to flow. You know, so definitely a little bit of everything plays a part in fashion.
Now, I walk into a high-end clothing store.
Okay.
Whichever comes to mind. And I notice your design. You know, I see your clothing there. What do you say set yours apart from the designer right next to it?
You know, what I would say, because I want to say character. You know, there's always personality out there, even throughout the clothing that you see. Even though you see a piece of wardrobe, you have to see the artist behind it. So I want to say character, because character will always be more stable than personality. Personality changes. Character, you will see an authentic self. There's some truth to it. So I want to be able to create something that people will be like, wow. Like, I see the hard work in it. I see the tears. I see the blood that she cut sewing. I see all of that in it, you know.
Hopefully not the blood, but
not the blood, but the grind on the inside.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, so I hope they see that flawless, but another thing with imperfections in there too. You know, I want them to find the beauty in my imperfections.
Now, what do you say are your short and long-term goals?
Short-term goals, I want to do a fashion show here in Tyler, Texas, where I am, and kind of expand there. I want to create opportunities for other people like me. You know, people like, a lot of people tell me I need to go to New York for all this, to be seen, to be known, but I think it can actually happen here. And I want to be that person to start it, you know, to establish this event. So that's one thing that I do want to do right now. Long term, I just want to create, and wherever creating takes me, that's where I am. I'm always willing, I'm optimistic, so any opportunity I can find in it, if in the long run I have to be in New York or LA, wherever, that, you know, I'm there. I want to be the next big thing.
Absolutely.
You know, so why not make it happen?
So what are you currently working on?
I'm actually working on some bow ties right now for a high school back in Houston, and I'm also, in the meantime, always squeezing some stuff in, some dresses for myself to wear on the next day. So pretty much I can find whatever and just create.
Now, do you have any advice you would give to, say, upcoming designers? Say someone in high school, you know, and they're interested in fashion,
right,
or art in general. What would you say to them?
Don't give up. You know, there's been many obstacles and things thrown my way to kind of get me going to that road to be like, okay, I'm gonna just stop doing this. You know, it's not worth it. Don't give up. And not only that, but don't look at things as in, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Look at what you do have and create from that. I don't have a mannequin at all, but I have people around me. I have human bodies who can come here, try it on, and do that. And for the longest of time, I allowed that to hinder me because I didn't have this and that. But it's like, well, what do you have?
Yeah.
So I want these upgrowing and upcoming fashion designers to be like, okay, I can do this. I have the power to do it, so let's do it.
Now, I also understand that you are involved in charity.
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us about that some more?
I will. I actually done my first charity event back in March 30th. I had started it January 21st, but it was called the Shunammite Woman Charity. This is where I was giving out free shoes to women, and so this was something hard for me because I love shoes, and to give my shoes away, you know,
It's tough.
It's tough, but this is something that I wanted to do, so it came from the heart. I wasn't doing it to get a pat on the back, but I wanted to give shoes away for free. So on March 30th, we actually gave away about 250 plus pairs of shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually got 400 donated into my charity, so I actually want to do another charity event.
Okay.
Probably around Christmas, just to give more shoes away. You know, there's a lot of people who don't have gifts to give, but I want to at least be the gift and give away these shoes. So this was a wonderful charity event. I plan to do more like this in different areas. So it was just exciting. It was exhilarating. It was encouraging and inspired me and others. So it was just fun to do this charity. I will give you more information, and you can always check my website. It is www.facebook.com/theshunammitewoman.
Okay.
So you can get some more info there.
So, other than Facebook, what are some other ways that people can get in contact with you?
Okay, you can check my Twitter page or my Instagram or IG, what people call it, and I'll have all my information there: phone number, email, address.
It's on your Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay.
So definitely check that out.
Okay, we'll do. I would like to thank Alana for the opportunity to interview her and giving me and you all a glimpse into her creative process and her world of fashion.